Hey guys, I'm out here rucking just on my way back from the archery range. It's really interesting because, I usually do around 4.5 miles a day. It's like 600 to 700 feet elevation gain on the way up, and then it's mostly down on the way back. But, I've been dealing with this shoulder discomfort like around the 3-4 mile mark. And I realized it's just my sandbag is sinking, like even if it's like 1 or 2 inches. I raise it up, tighten my straps, and instantly my shoulder straps are like floating, and I can feel all that weight being transferred right onto my glutes. So yeah, if you're using an external frame backpack or a backpack, try raising the your load so that it's higher above that center of gravity. Man, it does the trick. Another thing I want to talk about is just some of my personal experiences with the benefits of rucking. I've had like crippling back pain not even that long ago. A couple years ago, I went to the doctor and did a bunch of physical therapy and stuff like that, but to the point where I couldn't even sit comfortably. And there are some days where I struggle to get out of bed. But yeah, so I've been rucking since the end of June. Almost, it just depends on my schedule, but I try to get out as much as I can. It's like every other day at least. But yeah, my back pain right now is gone. Yeah, I think I've lost about 20 pounds, and that's without changing my diet. I was lifting a lot, and eating a high protein diet, low carb, and I wasn't losing any weight, or not discernible fat loss at least. But yeah, haven't changed my diet since then, and just by rucking, 20 pounds gone. And yeah, my waist has shrunk a lot. For my diet, what I usually do is I'll fast from between dinner and like breakfast, lunch. So I usually eat dinner around 9, and then by the time I'm done with my ruck, I'll come home and eat usually around noon or 1. Sorry, I don't eat dinner at 9, but my eating window, I usually end at 9. So like the last thing I eat from the day will be usually no later than about 9. So then by 9 o'clock in the morning the next day, that'll be 12 hours. So then by 1 p.m., which is usually when I have my my milkshake, that's about 16 hours. So yeah, it's like a 16-8 fasting ratio. And I'll just have I have unflavored whey protein. So I do 3 scoops of that, so that's 75 grams protein. I add some stevia for sweetener, and frozen cherries, and then salt for electrolytes, and the salt also just makes it taste so good. So I blend that all together. Boom, that's 75 grams of protein, and that's like around 400 calories. And I think it's like the cost is like under $4. So like that's about an entire carton worth of eggs in protein, for 400 calories, which is, yeah, you can't beat it. And it tastes delicious too, man. It tastes like a cherry milkshake. It's so good. I have tried unsuccessfully to turn that recipe into protein bars. Yeah, it was a horrible failure. For dinner, I have an Instant Pot, and I just make like a Mexican style soup base broth, and then I just throw on like 3 or 4 chicken breasts, frozen chicken breasts, right out, like the cheapest ones you can get right out of the bag. Cook those. Then I usually do like a decent amount of shredded cabbage. It's like half a bag. I'm not sure how much it comes out to, but like basically a bowl full. And then I'll use usually some kind of like Mexican style jalapeno sauce or something. Toss my cabbage with that, and then I make pickled onions, pickled radish, pickled carrot. I'll toss that in, and then sometimes I'll use some hot sauce, and then some like I'll usually sprinkle some carne asada seasoning onto that, and then if I have any limes, lime juice. But yeah, it's super high protein meal, low calorie. The other thing I wanted to say about the Instapot with the chicken is, so after I eat, I'll just open up the freezer, grab my sack of chicken, and I'll just throw 3 or 4 breasts in there in the pot, put it back in the fridge, and they're totally thawed out. And then by the time you turn it on the next day and let it cook, it's just like pull apart shredded chicken. Super easy and very, very little cleanup. And then on top of that, I probably consume like 700 calories worth of empty or junk food. Basically I have 700 calories, or I can eat whatever I want. And if I cut that out, I would lose a lot more weight. But yeah, I can't recommend it enough. So right now I'm probably pushing, my base pack weight is about 60 pounds. I've got a 40-pound sandbag. But right now my half-gallon water jug's full, and I've got all my archery tackle, so I'm probably between 65 and 70. Which is actually shocking to me, because I originally started, I was doing a 45-pound plate, just like a barbell plate in my pack, and then the shape of it was awkward, so I switched to a sandbag, and I weighed that out to it's like 41 pounds. So I always told myself, I'm rucking 40, 45 pounds, but yeah, I guess because of the wool blankets, I have 2 wool blankets, and my water vessel, and the other stuff that when I weighed my pack, I was shocked when I saw it was 60 pounds, because if you had asked me if I could do this, with 60 pounds, I'd probably say no, or, it sounds really, really hard, but I've been doing it, so. But yeah, obviously, you don't want to overdo it. Can't remember what the recommendations are to start with. It's like a percentage of your body weight. Yeah, my knees are fine. When I first started, I got some pretty gnarly blisters on my feet, but I just drained them, and they've been totally fine ever since. But yeah, just be safe. So let's say since I started rucking, so often my anxiety and depression are, for the most part, gone. That's something I've had my whole life, like even just as like a toddler. I remember just having these they hear like a song come on the radio, and I just get this like wave of depression. It's just something I've always just dealt with. I've never been diagnosed or treated or anything like that, which also is not recommended. Seek professional help. But yeah, my anxiety, depression, every once in a while I'll get a little wave of depression, but honestly, I look forward to the next day where I can go rucking. I don't know, I love it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, or if there's more you want to know.